Hey, welcome everybody to a RealTalk podcast. This is episode number 15. Now, to start 2019, I wanted to bring one of our regular guests, Mr. Gary Edwards. So what we're going to talk about today, and Gary's going to, talk a little bit about the power of why we do that, is we're going to talk about morning rituals.
Now, for others.
Awesome.
It's so often about others.
Yeah.
But we know that to achieve the things that we want to achieve and to make that difference, we need to grow, we need to develop, we need to become more. So often we talk about how we're going to be today and the character traits that we're going to have. It's that reminder,
Awesome.
we're going to need to be there and live that in those years to come.
And I think that's the key thing. It's a lot of people will talk about what you have to do, but one of the more important things is, who do you need to be? Hey, welcome everybody to a RealTalk podcast. This is episode number 15. I know we've been away for a moment. We're going to be hitting you hard in 2019 with inspiring, motivating, and empowering content that takes your life to the next level. Now, to start 2019, I wanted to bring one of our regular guests, Mr. Gary Edwards, as a guest onto the episode, because I wanted to talk about something that I really believe is going to bless you in 2019. And the reason I know that it's going to bless you, it blessed me in 2018, and with something, it's a habit that we're brought into 2019, and I want to share that with you. So what we're going to talk about today, and Gary's going to talk a little bit about the power of why we do that, is we're going to talk about morning rituals. Now, Gary, how important do you think is morning rituals? How important do you think morning rituals are?
Incredibly important.
Okay. Incredibly. Incredibly
important. Now,
tell us why.
Through life experience, I've tested when I've had rituals, when I've had certain routines in the morning, and then I've tested when I've just woke up whenever I've woken up. You've gone with a rush, and you just go through the steps of life just happening in the morning. And I choose to have a morning by design. I really do.
Oh, I like that. That's the line. We're choosing to have a morning by design. And do you find that then has the knock-on effect, the things that we're going to go into and tell our audience about? Do you find that the morning routines that you have a knock-on effect, not only for the morning, but for the afternoon, for the evening, and for the day?
Absolutely. And again, through life experience of really testing this. Absolutely, because it's quite easy to wake up and feel negative or down, or you think about all the things you may have to do that day, or if there's something from yesterday. Now, how long you stay in that state is a choice.
Oh, okay, right, okay. So you prepare yourself, you get yourself into a state. How long you stay in that state is up to you, and what you do after that.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I know it's been really powerful, and what we're going to share with you guys is something that me and Gary do at, it used to be 7 o'clock, but I started to run over time, and Gary started to get annoyed with me, so we now do it at 7:15 in the morning, but we do it almost religiously every morning on Monday to Saturday. We do this at 7:15. So Gary, why don't you actually, just before we go into actually what we do, I'm gonna just really highlight some of the things that you said as well, and the power of morning routines. I see so many people, and obviously running a company, and being a leader of a company and things like that, I've seen how people come into the office. You can see those people who are flat, and you can see those people who are energized. And a lot of times when I see people in cars, when I see people around, most people are flat, because what happens is people haven't prepared the day. What they've done is allowed the day to prepare them. Okay, so I see most people jumping into the traffic, and they're getting annoyed because they haven't prepared their mind, to say, I'm going to have a great day. So what happens is that the traffic dictates to them that they're having a bad day. Okay, they're running behind because this happened, they can't find their keys, and all these different things. So I see most people, when they get into an office, or most people when they get into their work environment, they're already on the back foot. Most people, when I walk in, I'm like, boom, I'm ready. Reason being, most of the time I'm already been up, and me and my partner Melody Kane, we start the day around 4:30, 5 o'clock. Our routine starts. Even before I spoke to Gary, I've already started my routine of about two hours before that. But I really, one thing I like what you said is that you design the day. When I wake up in the morning, I want to dictate to the day what's going to happen. not the other way around. And I think too many people, and I don't know if you would agree with this, Gary, allow the day to dictate to them how the day is going to go. Do you find that to be true?
You're absolutely right. Now, whether that's you have children, you know, if you're not up before them, and they're ready, they want your full attention. Right? You know, you may be into the gym. Okay, when you fitting that in, you may have a family. You find it hard on the evening time. You may have full-time work. But you have a project. You have a passion. When do you work on that? If you're a faith, you know, where do you take the time to spend that time with your God? You know, where's that time coming?
Awesome.
There's so many various things, prepping your food, just everything. But then it's not only that; it's that psychology. If you have woken up negative or just not ready for the day, how then do you get ready for the day? There's this thing about 3 hours that you know a lot of the greats, you know, they're up 3 hours doing various activities, various things before they get to work. 3 hours. Now that could be the gym, it could be meditation, it could be prayer time, your walk with God, okay, various things. But there's those 3 hours which are so important, and it could be for some people with their personal development, reading a book. I want to read one book a week, or I want to write a book.
Awesome.
Okay, where is this time coming from? You know, and that's the key thing.
I'll tell you what I find really important as well. I know we are going to get to the crux of what we do in the morning, like we're almost like teasing you, but what I found by having a routine in the morning as well, it's before the chaos has started. It's before the emails are open. It's before you put the news on. It's before you've looked at social media. Is that, you know, you can prepare yourself. And I find what happens is a lot of people are not allowing that, you know, and that's why I know you mentioned it too. Even today you said, like, in the mornings I don't put on my social media, I don't check my emails. I'm going to go through these routines first, because I think if you can stop doing that, that's the best part of the day. Because I find, and once again everyone's different, but those people who are super successful, who are waking up early, and I think all the top entrepreneurs, all the most successful business leaders, that, you know, the most successful spiritual people get up early. The reason being is that that's the time of clarity, because you haven't got the noise. You know, once you get into the afternoon, there's noise, people want your time, you got emails, your phone's going. But at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, it's quiet and you can hear yourself think. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. Totally agree. More focused, more clarity. And the thing is as well, we all have things that are very important to us. And as we know, life happens. 100%. So if you don't block out time to get the key things done, the things that are important to you, when are you going to do it? And that's why the morning time, mastering the morning, is so important that these things get done. I
love that. If you master the morning, they say you master the day. The other thing I've understood as well is that, you know, what we're doing and what we're going to talk to you about, what we do in the morning, is about priming the mind. It's saying, actually, I'm dictating what's going to happen. So I want to tell the mind what to think. But I think what's happening is, and people don't understand this, I think so many people are being conditioned they don't even know. When you put on the news is conditioning you of how to feel. When you look at social media, if you're looking at the wrong things, it will condition you of how you feel. But if you dictate what's going to happen in the morning, if you set your own personal routine or regime or whatever you want to call it, you're dictating how your mind's going to think. You're conditioning your mind of how you want to be, what you're going to think on, and things like that. And I think that's important as well, would you say?
Absolutely. It's not hard to find negativity. You know, you've only got to turn on the TV, you come across the email, you know, the Emmerdale, EastEnders. By the way, I do not watch any of these.
You do.
I do not. You know, it means someone's sleeping with somebody, someone's killed somebody, right? So it's just all negative doom and gloom. So it's then saying, if there's so much negativity out there, and you want to be positive, you want to be an influence, you want to make a difference to the world, how do you get into that state? And more importantly, when you are knocked down and you're having those down days or those down moments, how do you get out of those? And it's those morning rituals, it's those things that you do in the morning to set yourself up, which makes the biggest difference.
Awesome. And I think, as you're saying, it's the great thing about the morning is the reset, isn't it? So no matter what happens yesterday, first thing in the morning you can press the reset button and say, right, today is a different day. Okay, but what a lot of people probably do is bring the baggage from the day before into the new day, instead of actually going, no, this is my day. All right, so we're gonna so we talked about some of the reasons why we're doing it. Okay, so let's actually get into what we actually do 7:15 Monday to Saturday. So do you want to give the the audience and the listeners an understanding of what we do, give them an overview of what we do, the format that we follow, and then we can discuss why we're doing that.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah. Well, one of the things that we do, first of all, we do what we're grateful for.
Yeah.
We do highlight what we are grateful for, because it's so easy that when we wake up, it's, I've got so much to do today. I've hardly had any sleep. Me.
Yeah.
Right? But then before you get on the call, I've then got to think, I'm going to speak to Denzil in a few minutes. What am I grateful for? That's if I haven't primed myself before. And the idea is to set yourself up well in advance. But it's that really think about, okay, what is it I'm grateful for?
Yeah.
And when you really open up your mind, there are so many things you can be thankful for, that you can be appreciative of. There are so many.
Yeah. So I'm always, and I tell you, the great thing is about the gratitude section, and there's so many great things we can pull out of that. But like when I hear you say something, and you'll say something like, "I'm just so grateful I can hear," and I'm like, "Oh wow, okay, yes, you're right." Do you mean? I like challenging that moment, like, yeah, I do too. And I think what it does, it makes you appreciate some of the little things that you take for granted, like the fact that we can hear. It's something that is so easy to take for granted, but there's so many people around the world who can't hear, who wish they could hear the birds sing, So I'm always sometimes challenged. Like sometimes I come into it and I'm like, yeah, I'm ready and I'm so grateful for that. But then there's other days when, do you know what? I'm probably not in that right place. I'm not in that right state. And as soon as I hear you say something that you're grateful for, I'm like, wow, life is actually good. Life is really good. So that's probably one of the most powerful things. And a lot of people actually say that if you can master gratitude, you start to release a power that takes you to a whole new level, because you start to be grateful and realize that, wow, I've got all these resources. I've got all these good things happening. How dare I waste it? But most people wake up and go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've got to go to work. I can't believe that this is happening. I can't believe I'm stuck in traffic. I can't instead of going like, wow, there's all these great things that are happening. Okay, so we do the gratitude.
Yes.
Okay, so what do we do after the gratitude?
Okay, the big thing then it's around visualization.
Yeah.
Okay, so the whole thing around visualization is it's seeing a compelling future.
Yeah.
It's something greater and more compelling than what we have right now.
Yeah.
It's us stepping in to the dream. It's stepping into the ideal lifestyle, those goals, those things that we have in various areas of life. We're really stepping into that, but then we're then sharing it with each other as if we was there, or what's happening.
And we do really immerse ourselves, and we may just give you a little preview of what we do in a moment. But how far ahead do we look when we're doing the visualizations? How far ahead do we?
Yeah, so
tell the audience what we do.
Every now and then we change it around, but we go for 3 years. The times when we do the 1 year and then the 3 months. But
awesome. So what I find, and I remember Einstein saying this, is that if you can visualize your future, it's a preview of your life. So when there we are. Okay, there's a technical error there, so apologies about that. I thought that was that it's real. Okay, let's turn that off. But what Einstein says is that it's a preview to your future. When you can visualize, what's going on, it's a preview of what's to come. So I love it when we get into the 3-year visualization. And the reason that 3 years is powerful, and I'll say this to anyone out there as you start to practice these things, is that anything can happen in 3 years. There's nothing that's impossible. Like if you're single today, you could be married in 3 years. Mm-hmm. If you're in debt today, you could be financially free in 3 years. If you've got no business, you could have the most amazing business in 3 years. There's so many things that can happen in 3 years. So this is the time when we just go, hey, just go for it. And we regularly do this. I know sometimes I get so caught up in Gary's dream. I'm actually there. I'm like driving and he's telling me he's on the beach and the water's over his feet and he's walking with his wife and someone's come up to him and I think it's going to be really powerful. Actually, we will do a little snapshot of what we do in that. So we do the gratitude. We have the visualization, and what the visualization does, I also think this is powerful. And Gary, you can tell me what you get from the visualization, but for me, it makes the everyday grind of the things that you have to do that are not always interesting worthwhile, because I know what I do today is going to have an impact on my 3-year goal. So if I do what I need to do today, then in 3 years I'm going to get that visualization, that thing that I'm dreaming about, that car, that house, that partner, whatever it may be. It makes my day easier. But if you don't know what the future holds, then every day just feels like a drudgery. It just feels like, ugh, really?
Yes.
But when you can see what the today is doing and where it's setting you up for, then it's exciting, if that makes sense. I'll give you a prime example, something that's came to me. When we're doing this podcast, if I think, gotta set up, gotta get into the studio, or I think, wow, in 3 years, I'm going to have an audience of 100,000 people listening to this, downloading this. This is going to be changing lives. Then it makes this podcast really enjoyable. Mm-hmm. It makes getting set up, doing the prep work, writing the podcast. What do you want to talk about? Trying to find the people to come to the podcast, get down here. All these things, because no one's paying us. This is not being paid. But if you can see a bigger vision of what you're trying to build, it makes today more enjoyable. So what would you say some of the key things that you get from the visualization? How does that really help you in your day to day?
For me, one of the biggest things is it's a mind shift.
Yep.
Just like with the gratitude exercise, it's a mind shift.
Yeah.
So if you're tired that morning, or if you're not as motivated, it is literally you're stepping into a dream.
Awesome.
It's possibility.
Yeah.
It gives you your spirit comes alive.
100%.
And not only that as well, it gives you a focus.
Yeah.
A sharpness.
Yeah.
So that it enables you. It gives you that something extra to be able to endure whatever it is you need to endure. That maybe you don't want to. It's like I don't want to do that. But it gives you that fuel, it gives you that energy, that drive. Now, I know from life experience, there's been times where, I've not really had a vision or a purpose from a time or anything like that. And it all felt incredibly hard and tough.
Yeah.
But then there's something happened, you got a new goal, or you connect with a friend or business partner, and you come up with something. And then suddenly,
energy.
I'm going to do all of that and more, and a little bit more on top of that.
Come on.
No problem.
Yeah.
But then, only so long ago, you were struggling to manage just that. So it's amazing the energy it can give you when you have a compelling future.
100%, and that's the word, a compelling future. What is it that you really want? Okay, so we've got the visualization. We do the 1 year, 3 year, 1 year, and we go to 3 months, and then we talk about what we want to do today. Okay, so why is that important? And we tend to talk more, and that's actually changed recently in the last month or so. We really talk about who we want to be today.
Yes.
Okay. Why is that important? Why is saying this is who I want to be today? And we did it even this morning.
Yes.
Why do you find that important? Talking about who you want to be today rather than what you want to do.
Character building.
Yeah.
I think the key thing is some of the things that we dream about, Denzil. And some of the things we visualize. Okay. Some of the things are quite extraordinary.
100%.
And you need to have a certain mental toughness.
Yeah.
You need to be, in a certain place mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically to be able to handle, achieve, manage the things that we want to achieve and do. But not only that as well, because we really want to make a difference as well, we're often very much coming back to the character base and almost going, I want to be more because I want to be more for others.
Awesome.
It's so often about others, but we know that to achieve the things that we want to achieve and to make that difference, we need to grow, we need to develop, we need to become more. So often we talk about how we're going to be today and the character traits that we're going to have. It's that reminder, of we're going to need to be there and live that in those years to come.
And I think that's the key thing. It's a lot of people will talk about what you have to do, but one of the more important things is who do you need to be. So we talk about this is what we want to do and how we're going to do it, and then we got these strategies, but actually going back to the day is who do I need to be. That is the key thing. The reason a lot of you are not being successful in key areas of your life is because you're not focused on who you need to become. So we'll talk about, I've got to be bold today. I've got to be, we'll just share, even this morning I was saying that, I've got to be someone who's fearless. I've got to be someone who has courage and brave to face giants that are in my life that are stopping me from going to my 3-year goal. So who you have to become is so important. And speaking that out and going, having one clear focus, if you don't do anything else today, I want to be strong, or I want to be loving, or I want to be compassionate. All those things are really important. Okay, so Gary, we talked about character, on a day, and then we lead into the final part, and this usually only takes about 15 minutes, both of us going through our thing, so this happens to be labor intensive, but we then talk about why do you have to earn a certain amount of money. Okay, so both me and Gary have set a figure, all right, and now I'm going to tell you what my figure is, and Gary will tell you what his figure is. So before we close the conversation, I'll say to Gary, why is it important that you have to earn £10,000 a month? And that's Gary's target, to be at £10,000 a month. So tell him why that's important for you, why we introduced that. And that's something that we've introduced probably in the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks, that we actually talk about how much we want to earn per month.
Okay, there's a few reasons.
Yeah.
I think one, because I believe it's within me, right, to be able to achieve 10,000 cash flow a month. But higher, deeper, greater than that, I want to make such a difference to people's lives. But ultimately, I want to make a difference to my family's lives.
Awesome.
To my sister, to my nieces and my nephews, to my niece and nephew, to my mom, to my dad, to my brother. I really want to make such a difference from a very young age. Okay, I've wanted to have my parents by the seaside.
Nice.
I want them to have a holiday home. I want to move my sister and the children next door to my mum and dad. I want to be able to bless my brothers and sisters and bless people within the family, and not have to worry about money in doing so. There's such a thing that when I think about having money, or even now when I'm out and about, I just want to think about how can I help you, how can I bless you, how can I make that difference. Now, you know the dreams that I have.
The big dreams.
Big dreams. And £10,000 a month, it will get greater than that. But a lot of it is to make such a difference. Now, we know as well, there's a certain lifestyle that we want as well, so I'm just going to say,
don't be afraid of it.
I have such dreams, the villa in Spain, just certain things. I have such dreams, but literally what comes closer than that is making a difference to my family's life.
Perfect. And the reason, what I love about what you say, and I'll do a similar thing, and I had this figure of 20,000, and I pulled it out, and I said I want to earn £20,000 a month. And the one thing I've got to say, like, you may be watching this or listening to this podcast and going, whatever, okay, so you may earn £1,500 a month, you may earn £3,000 a month or whatever, but the only thing that's stopping you from earning whatever you want to earn is your limitations of the mind. Okay, anything is possible. I was talking to a mentor friend of mine only this morning, and he was talking about a gentleman I forgot the gentleman's name now, so you're gonna have to forgive me, but the caption was, an average personal trainer, okay, earns £20,000 a year. This guy who's like number one on Instagram, the guy with the curly hair, I forgot his name now, but after expenses, he was earning 5.5 million a year as a personal trainer. All right, that was equivalent to £15,000 a day. He made a choice. He said, I don't want to be an average personal trainer who earns 20,000. So the reason I said I wanted to do 20,000 because it wasn't about, yes, I wanted to have a nice car, yes, I wanted to, but actually there was things I wanted to do with my family. There's, charities I wanted to support. There was, within my church, my local church, I wanted to be able to invest in them and tithe into them and see the church grow. And there were so many things that require money, and earning £3,000 a month, £1,500 a month is not enough. And what I find with a lot of people is they want enough just to get their lives to be better. Instead of thinking, if I earn £5,000 a month, how many people could you bless? Well, if you earn £20,000 a month, how many more people could you bless? And that's what we do. So that gives us the drive to work harder, to have bigger visions for our businesses, bigger visions for our lives, so we can bless more and more people. And if the great thing is, Gary, when you talked about your money, you never mentioned I want to buy a Ferrari or this or a Rolex. It was, I want to buy my mama a house by the seaside. I want to take care of my family. I want to bless them in this way. One of the things that you said to me, I want to be that guy that every time we go out for dinner, I pay.
Absolutely. Family, friends, just various things. I've just got this thing where I've got this. It's just, rather than people working out the pennies and the pound.
Don't you hate that?
I hate.
Yeah, we hate that. Okay, we're just going to throw this one out. We hate when we go to dinner with friends, okay, and family, and everyone's trying to cut a bill that's £100 and work out who had water, who had alcohol, who had a starter. Okay, that is a poverty mentality. Let's just throw that out there now. It's a poverty mentality when you're trying to save £2 on a bill instead of even just equally share that. So me and Gabby want to get to a place where we go, we pay the bill. Okay, we got this. All right, that's where we want to be in the land of abundance. Okay, so all right, so okay, that's a funny one. Got that out there. That was inside of us. That had to get out. Okay, so listen. What we're going to do quickly now as we close down this the podcast, let's just recap some of the things that we've mentioned. This is something that, if you're doing this on your own, I would say do it with a friend. Find yourself a friend, someone to hold you accountable for the time to make sure this happens. But what you do, it takes 15 minutes, no more. 15 minutes of your time to set up your whole day. If you visualize what's going to happen in 3 years, you then visualize what you want to happen in 3 months. Okay, so you make it more real, practical things that you want to see in 3 months. You then talk about who you want to be today. Who's the character? Who do you need to be for those dreams to come through? And then put out an audacious financial sum that you want to earn that's going to keep you working hard, pushing you forward, thinking bigger, going 10x in your vision. Okay, so you can be a blessing to other people. If you do that, my friends, I guarantee your 2019 will be a very, very different year compared to waking up just before you have to leave the house and then rushing. Okay, so what we're going to do, just so you can get a little glimpse, okay, we're going to do the first part of the 3-year goal. All right, Gary, you're okay to share that? Okay, so we're going to show you, just giving an example of what we do when we talk about our 3-year goal. So do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
You want to go first?
Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay, I got this.
Yeah. Okay, so 3 years, Gary. What do we see in 3 years? What do we see in 3 years?
Okay, I got this.
Woo!
Okay, I got 3 years, right?
3 years time.
Okay, 3 years. Okay, so in 3 years, it's a beautiful sunny morning.
Yeah.
And just cruising along the motorway.
Nice.
I'm in the SUV, just a nice, sexy SUV.
Yeah.
Next to me is my beautiful, sexy wife. She is right next to me. Oh, yeah. But not only that as well, I'm looking behind me is some little baby daughter in the back.
Love it.
So, yes, we're just driving, just cruising. My wifey, she got a hand on my leg.
Yeah.
The sun's blaring through. But I'm looking in the rear view mirror. Not only can I see my daughter, but I can see the cars behind me. And there's my family. And we're going to a holiday park, going to the seaside.
Nice.
So it's a family, it's the annual family holiday, and just pulling up at the service station, all the cars pull next to each other, and see my mum and my dad. Mum and dad are healthy. It's absolutely awesome, and as lovely, as cute as they are. And my brother's there with his wife and their new little their child. I got my sister Sam. She's now met somebody. She's awesome. I got my niece Isabel and Shay there, all happy. Isabel and Shay being good, which is which is great. I see my other sister there and their second child. So it's just seeing everyone's just happy in the moment at the service station. But I see my sister Jenny just look over to me, and she's giving me that look of saying, I knew you'd find the wife, and I can see how happy my wife's just looking at me.
Nice.
And just in that moment, it's just I'm just thinking how, as the sun's blaring, I just know how blessed I am to have the family that I've got, that we're all close to siblings,
awesome.
Nieces, nephews, my mum and my dad. But then just how close I can feel that my wife and I are.
Wow.
It's just absolutely amazing. Anyway, so we're going down to the caravan park, and we've all got our lovely caravans and stuff by the lake. And mum and dad are saying, son, have you seen the caravan lodge that we've got? It's absolutely amazing. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look around. It's absolutely amazing. Mum, what's that on the side just there? So I don't know. It's just a letter in our name. So they open it up, and to Paul and Bernie, this is yours. And they're like, hold on, Paul, what does this say? So they start reading through, and I was able to purchase them the holiday home that they always wanted by the seaside near the beach.
Oh, come on now.
And they was just saying how wonderful it was. But not only that, there's also another envelope with a nice wallet of cash for them as well. That's just gonna contribute just other things that they want to do. And it's just wonderful because we're having that weekend together as a family. Me going, do you know what? I said from a young age, I bought my parents a holiday home. I said from a very young age.
And you did it.
And there's such a peace that comes over me because I said I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I did. But not only that, as I'm just spending that beautiful time with my wife, who for many, many years I've been seeking, looking for my best friend and various things.
Come on.
So yes, that's a truly happy moment that I see in 3 years' time.
Wow. Okay. If you had your eyes closed, that could have been like a movie. So remember this, you can only achieve what the mind can conceive. So that 3 years, I guarantee if you watch this part, the great thing is about documenting these things. In 3 years' times, we can look back and look at Gary's life and go, boom, okay, and see all those things. And because I see this guy grinding, I see this guy working, I see this guy putting in the effort, taking the risks, okay, to get to that. So I know his 3 years going to come. So that gave you like a little snapshot. You don't really need to do mine now because you just heard this incredible visualization about the future. But listen, what's more important is what's your 3 years? Where are you going to be in 3 years? Yeah, you may be divorced today, but will you be in love tomorrow? Yeah, you may be in debt today, but will you be in abundance tomorrow? You may be lonely now, but will you be surrounded by loved ones tomorrow? 3 years' time, anything is possible. So, please listen to this video again, go through it, but then take action. Don't just listen to this this podcast and do nothing with it. Phone a friend today and say, listen, me and you, starting from Monday, we're going to do visualizations. What do you mean? Well, we're going to talk about what's going to happen in 3 years. We're going to talk about who we're going to become. We're going to talk about how much money we're going to earn. And listen, be unapologetically a dreamer, okay? Dream big dreams. You heard Gary say he's just going to buy a caravan. Like those things, like a top of the end, he's on what, 60,000, something like that, cash, boom. I don't want no mortgage, bam. Okay, I'm going to be the guy who does that. I'm going to be the guy who takes my whole family on holiday and pays for everything. No one has to worry. Gary was saying to me that my brother's getting married. I just want to be like, do you know what? I got this. He wants to be the guy who pays for his sister, to have a house. He said, I've got this. That's who we want to be. But if you don't dream it, you can never be it. Because understand this, anything that Gary's dreaming wasn't harder than a man going to the moon. Whenever I think about someone's dream, say, what was harder? Is it harder for Gary to be able to believe that he can be the guy who has all these things? Or was it harder for a man to believe that you could get a man to the moon? All right? Anything is possible if you dare to dream. So thank you for joining us. Make sure you subscribe on SoundCloud, okay, and iTunes. Share this as well, because I'm telling you, there is some content that was in this that will bless not only you, but those people around you. So God bless you, and see you soon for another Real Talk episode where we inspire, motivate, and empower you to get the life that you truly deserve. God bless you. See you soon. Bye.